don't remember. I think it might have been senior skip day, but yeah, she and her sister and Sierra were doing something, and she invited me to come along to go with her to Galveston Beach, and I had never been, so I ended up going, and that was like I think that was senior skip day, and I know that the whole day. I know that the whole day my mom let me hang out with my friends that day, and because my grades, I passed all my classes. She was like, "All right, you can go ahead and go have fun." So I hung out with Kristelle, and we ended up doing Jello shots. And her and her sister had rented out a hotel room. It was a 2-bed hotel room, and me and Sierra slept in the bed, and her and her sister slept in the bed. And I don't know what happened after that. Well, I don't remember what happened from the time I fell asleep to the time where she and I had to check out the hotel. I don't even remember leaving the hotel. That's the crazy thing. So basically, I ended up finding out that day in the hotel, Kristelle and her allies, they sexually assault. It was a group sexual assault. And, the reason why I ended up in that situation was because I didn't know that Kristelle was the same Chris from back when. I didn't know that she was the same person. And like I said, I had no recollection or any bad memories of Kristelle from back when. So I was completely unaware, and I had no idea the danger that I was walking into because I didn't remember. So I was at a disadvantage. I was under the impression that Kristelle was a friend, that we were all having fun on senior skip day, and that it was okay. I even took there's even pictures on my Facebook of her, me, and Sierra at the Galveston Beach. And there was a hotel right at the pier that she, checked out. And I find out years later that during that hotel, I was gang raped. And Kristelle created that environment for me. And Sierra did not have my back at all. And if I'm not mistaken, she recorded the incident. She had the power to defend me and to stop that from happening, but she chose to allow that to happen and to record it happening. And so I was gang raped. I'm assuming that. Well, I'm not going to assume. Kristelle put date rape drugs in my Jello shots. That's how I fell asleep, and I didn't have any recollection of what happened. I don't even remember leaving the hotel. The only thing I remember was being in the back of Kristelle's car, like nothing happened, and her and her sister were giving me and Sierra a ride home. That's the only thing that I remember. And they acted normal. I acted normal because I didn't know what happened. So I was still my same goofy self that I normally am. But that was because I didn't know what happened. I thought, hey, we're in the hotel. It's just us girls. We're all having fun. And I mean, my clothes were still on right. I think I woke up and my shirt was backwards, but I thought that I did that because I was, drunk. Like, we were drunk and we were having, well, at least I thought I was having a good time, but I guess not while I was sleeping. I did wake up with my shirt backwards. I think it might have been backwards and inside out. And I thought that was strange, but I thought maybe I did that, or maybe I thought, I don't know, that because I was drunk, I wasn't paying attention to how my shirt was on, but I did wake up with it was inside out and backwards. So that was something I did notice when I left. But I just thought, I mean, I'm a wild person in general, and at that time, I was drinking, and I don't know, I'm just a wild person, and I like to drink. So, when I do wild stuff like that, it doesn't surprise me. But I didn't assume that I was assaulted. Like, there was no, aside from the shirt being backwards, I thought that I did that, because sometimes when I get tired, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing, and my memory gets so foggy. I just wrote it off as, like, I didn't feel fuzzy or weird or strange. I wasn't in pain or anything, so I didn't think anything happened to me. Like, I didn't feel funny. I felt normal. I just noticed that my shirt was on backwards and inside out. So I really did not think anything of it. I just thought that I put it on when I was drunk, and because we were in our swimsuits when we came upstairs or whatever. So, and when I changed and I put my stuff on, I was like drunk. I was really drunk, and so I just assumed that I put it on like that because I was being lazy and I just wanted to go straight to sleep. Like, I just assumed that was what that was, because I was extremely faded when I went to sleep. So when I woke up like that, I thought that was how I went to sleeping. So I didn't think anything of it. I wasn't suspicious. So that's kind of what that is. And then I didn't find that out until way later, though. And then after that, I remember, I think it may have been the last day of school, and I think we just all ditched school because there was no reason to go. So Ashley had this like get together, whatever, where she had like a couple friends, and we went to Splash Town. It was her and her friend. I don't know what her friend's name was. It was Kristelle's cousin, and then there was me. And I think we invited Sierra, but Sierra couldn't go because she didn't have a ride, and we were already there. So it was like, nah, it's not gonna work. But yeah, we ended up going to Splash Town and hung out there, but that wasn't like a spend the night type of situation. It was like, oh, we're gonna chill here, we're gonna get here early, hang out, have fun all day, and then when it gets dark and Splash Town closes, or when we get tired of being here, we're gonna go home. Because Ashley was the one with the car, and she gave us all a ride, so that was that. But I didn't hang out with Kristelle or Ashley again after that, because I don't know, I mean, me and Ashley had gotten into an argument at some point, and the friendship wasn't really as close as it used to be, and I don't know, I just felt like Kristelle and Ashley were both very similar. Like, they were stubborn. It was very difficult to tell them that they did anything wrong. It was just, I felt like I was always getting into arguments with them, and we'd had fun sometimes, but I felt like the negative energy was starting to like really consume the connection. So I just didn't really have an effort. If they didn't invite me somewhere, I didn't really feel the need to reach out. If they invited me, that was one thing. If they showed up at my house and was like, hey, come hang out, then that was one thing. But if they didn't reach out, I didn't bother. And I don't know, I just moved on with my life after that. Like, I think Kristelle went to, I don't know what school Kristelle, I think she went to Texas Southern. And then Ashley went to Rice University, and I moved on. I thought they moved on. So it was just kind of thing where I thought we all went our separate ways. At least that's what I thought. I went to Lone Star College. I wasn't ready to go to a university. I wanted to go to a community college first. And, work my way up, get a car, get my own place, then maybe go to a university or get a dorm there, and then after university get my own place. But I never really got to complete that. I'm a college dropout like Kanye West. So I never really got to finish that, and Kristelle's responsible for that. So Kristelle went off and went to university and graduated and had a successful career, all while blocking me from having mine. So although it may appear that I'm just some college dropout, and I was the man in high school, but after college dropout, I just became like a social outcast, and that was all because of Kristelle. Kristelle's the reason why I never got to finish college. Kristelle's the reason why, even though I was a good employee and I was able to maintain my finances barely, even though I was homeless, and after I got evicted from my apartment, and I had to move out of the situation where I was staying with roommates. I got evicted there too. I've just been homeless ever since. And when I had jobs, I was able to make enough money, and I was financially responsible enough to where I could have gotten my own car, and I could have gotten my own place to stay, but Kristelle sabotaged that. She messed up my vehicle. She stole one of my vehicles, and she messed both of them up, but the second one was semi-drivable. She stole that. That car disappeared, and then it got impounded. The Nissan that I had, that got impounded. That I got into a car wreck, that got impounded. And I just ran into so much financial problems that she caused that I wasn't able to bounce back. I mean, I do have finances that are there. It's just she's blocking me from accessing that. And I've asked her several times, where's my money? Are you going to pay me my money back? I do want the money that you stole back. Whatever placeholder you have on my finances, would you lift them? Because I need a place to stay. I need food to eat. I can't keep depending on the government. You know what I'm saying? I can't keep depending on people and panhandling and begging on the streets and being home. Like because I was a vegetarian before I became homeless. Before I got kicked out, before I got kicked out, I was a vegetarian. And I was a vegetarian from, I want to say, it was, I think August 2010. I was a vegetarian. And I maintained being a vegetarian from August, I think it was like August 9th, 2010, all the way to 2015. When I dropped out of college. When I dropped out of college, that's when I started eating meat again. Because I was depressed. I was being bullied. I just gave up. I gave up. I tried meat a couple times out of stress. I was always around it when I was cooking pizzas and stuff like that. And I just went back to it. I started eating meat again. I don't know why. It was strange because I had never craved eating meat before. But when I started working at Pizza Hut, even when I started working at Pizza Hut, I didn't crave it. Something happened to me to where I started craving it. I just don't remember. I can admit that. I did start, but something happened. Something major happened to me that I don't remember that had me eating meat, and I don't know why. Because I was like, when I was working at Pizza Hut, I was around meat all the time. I would make pizza, I would cook it, I would cut it at the cut table, I was cooking wings, and I had no desire to eat it at all. And then next thing you know, I had this uncontrollable urge to eat meat, and it was I never, like when I was a vegetarian, I never had that experience before. And I don't know why. That's still strange to me. I don't know if Kristelle had something to do with that. I don't want to just blame everything on her. But it just seemed like that insatiable need to eat meat came out of nowhere, and I could not control it, and I didn't know why. I don't remember why. It just came out of nowhere. I'm telling you, when I was a vegetarian, I was the happiest I've ever been in my life. I enjoyed it, and I shared whatever recipes my mom shared with me. I shared with my friends that were interested in it. And some of them started becoming vegetarian, then some of them started to become vegan, and I guess they said that they were inspired by my dedication, and I appreciated that. And